What is the overhead squat good for? Today I want to talk about benefits of the overhead squat, why the overhead squat has made its way into therapy and rehabilitation, and one not so common advantage of the overhead squat. So what is the overhead squat good for? We've spoken about that many times before. Squatting is a fundamental movement skill, and the overhead squat is one exercise that works on the fundamental movement skill of squatting. The overhead squat offers a variety of benefits. One is it's technically very challenging. So to do a proper overhead squat with load is challenging technically. It also focuses on proper alignment, so looking at the alignment of lower body and upper body and arm position. That's also why the overhead squat has made its way into rehabilitation and therapy, where therapists look at the alignment in an unloaded environment, and you can immediately see where the problem in the whole movement pattern lies. So you can look at the ankle, you can look at the knees, you can look at the hip, you can look at the thoracic spine and the shoulders. So one exercise can give you a lot of insights about your athlete. The way we use the squat, the overhead squat, is because it's so challenging, so what I call working precisely, because you need to have the bar over your head. And when you're squatting down, you need to make sure that the bar stays in a proper position. If the load is light, what most people do, you can always use the strength of your shoulders to keep the bar in position. But once you really squat heavy, you need to look at proper movement execution. Otherwise, the bar will fall to the front or to the back. One of the not so common examples related to squatting overhead with a heavy load is that you can really see the athletes being focused. Why is that? As I mentioned before, the bar stays overhead, and just a shift a little bit to the front or to the back will result in not making that lift. So you can really see how the athlete is focused on the way going down, holding and coming back up. That's also why I really like the overhead squat, because it teaches focus during lifting. So as a recap, why do we do the overhead squat? Technically challenging, so working on movement acquisition and movement consolidation. Also, we look at proper alignment, so we can use the overhead squat in unloaded conditions also for assessments. And last but not least, the overhead squat offers a huge benefit in focus and learning how to focus during a lift.